But at first, do you regret ever siding with Nyesom Wike when all of this matter started?
Yeah. Thank you. Now, let me start with the last question. I am utterly very shocked. I've also seen the video of my younger brother, Femi Gbajabiamila. You know, people make mistakes. I did not, under any circumstances, believe that he will make that kind of mistake. He was utterly wrong, and he must apologize to the public on that statement. That is my stand. He is my brother. I cannot denounce him. But what he said, yes, human beings, once in a while, you make some mistake. But that was a monumental mistake, political mistake. He should apologize for making that comment publicly. I haven't said that.
No,
I didn't agree with him.
There's no need to apologize. In fact, he told us the truth of what they've been doing and what their plans are. So what should he apologize? Is it because he's your brother now you're trying to cover him? In fact, we should thank him for telling us the truth of what we already know before. So what should he apologize for? For telling us what we already suspected, that he should scatter on the opposition party? Is that what he should apologize for, sir?
Okay, well, I think we did better than yesterday, and we thank him so much for his time. Okay, Chief, please, you can continue on your last point.
That comment and withdraw on that statement he made. It was not right, and it can never be right, and I will never support him on that issue. It doesn't mean we will see in all the fronts the same thing. We don't. I don't agree with him. I disagree completely. And for me, personally, as an advice to him, is to withdraw. You can publicly, you can make certain comments, and then you regret it, and you make an apology for that. It is still acceptable. We are human. But I didn't agree with it. It is not right. It is utter nonsense, and he should withdraw it. Now, let me come to the most important.
Yes, sir.
This Wike issue. No, please, let me go to the Wike issue, because it's important. When this thing started at NEC meeting, the issue of where should the next presidential candidate come from was debated at the NEC meeting. And by our principles, you had the, after 8 years in the north, it must come back for 8 years in the south. So when Atiku and his group were muting the idea, and let me remind you, it's not the first time Atiku did that. There was a time Jonathan was president, and there was a presidential convention. Himself, Atiku, led them to walk out of the convention. Atiku, Saraki,
yes,
Kwankwaso, and one or two others walked out of the convention.
Chief, we continue
with the convention
left.
now, and I said, yeah, okay, 60 seconds left. And I said, no, you cannot do that. Then what happened? They walked out. So how can I not? I didn't support Wike personally. Then later on, we looked at it. They invited me that too, sir. We want people to be together to save the party. The decisions made by the founding fathers must be upkept. Now, I tell you where we disagreed. We had a last meeting 2 days before the general election.
Yes, sir.
I was at that meeting. Mimiko was there. So many other leaders. Okay. And I think only Sheyi and Wike were the two representatives. He stated there that they had considered that in the South, they have Obi as a candidate and Atiku as a candidate.
Okay, sir. All right, I'm so sorry to interject because I know there's so much more where that came from. We thank you for your time and for always having a huge well of wisdom and a huge well of history.